Go ahead. Make my day.
Long live the king. You killed him. No. I am your father.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too. Ah!
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Hello everyone, I am Opsy 2003 and I am joined here with Augie the Froggy,
Hey,
as well as Nicholas Zombie.
It's a movie review with me, Nicholas Zombie.
boo.
And today we're doing a movie corner discussion and we're going to talk about the movie Maxxxine. And this came out, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Give or take the time of this
Oh.
recording.
Yeah, I guess about 2 weeks ago.
Yes. So, but yes, Maxxxine with 3 X's in the name. And it's what, the third film in this installment?
Yeah, the third and supposed final installment of the trilogy, which started with episode 2X, and then they did the prequel Pearl, and this is part 3, Maxxxine, with 3 X's.
And not necessarily doing a deep recap of what X took place in what the early 70s.
I think 76, and Pearl took place in the 50s, I want to believe, or maybe 40s and 50s. I'm trying to think, maybe after World War II.
Yeah, somewhere around
So
there.
maybe late 40s, early 50s.
Yes,
And Maxxxine is taking place in the 80s.
85.
It was 85. Can't say much bad about that year, even though I want to, but anyway, it was directed by Ty West, like the other 2 previous films. Ty West is known for The Innkeepers, House of the Devil. He did a lot of TV episodes for different things. In the Valley of Violence. And I guess his biggest hit would probably be X. He made a big hit with X, a surprise kind of hit, and then Pearl was a pretty good big hit too, and it was a surprise sequel or a prequel, and it turned out it was going to be a 3-parter with Maxxxine being the 3rd part.
Yes, and I guess you could say that it was pretty much, and obviously minus the time gap from the 70s to the 80s from X to Maxxxine, but it's pretty much like a direct continuation.
Yeah, I want to say maybe 6-7 years at most from X to Maxxxine.
Yeah.
But like you said, we're not going to really go over too much of the previous 2 films. I mean, we did a review of Pearl, and we kind of did a recap of that one. And well, this is focusing on the character from X, Maxxxine. So just like a spoiler for X, if you haven't seen it, she's the final girl on that movie. She's the one that survived.
Yes.
So this is like, I guess, a couple years after, and this is kind of what's going on. I don't know. Were you like, I don't know, this was a big movie, not a big movie, but I was anticipating it. Like, I was looking forward a lot to this movie.
And for me as well, yes, I was looking forward to this 3rd installment, I guess. I know it was, they left it as like a brief teaser at the end of Pearl. They didn't really show a whole lot, but they alluded they're doing the trilogy. And I didn't want to see too much of the trailers because now they give too much away of the movie. But it looked like it had a pretty big cast with the amount of actors that were going to be in this movie.
The only notable one that I noticed was Kevin Bacon was in this one, and then the girl that played the young version of Juliette Lewis from Yellow Jackets, she was in it.
Her lawyer, he's been in a few shows. Or I've seen him in a few different type of movies. He plays kind of like the sophisticated villain, I guess you can say. And the male detective, he was in a Netflix show. I think The Watchers. That was a bad show, but I seen him in something else, I guess. But yes, to your point, I guess Kevin Bacon was like the big A-star actor.
Yeah, the big addition.
Yeah.
So I guess we can say spoilers from here on out. We're not going to do too much like a hardcore overview of like what happened in the movie, but basically in X, Maxxxine is a porn star, and she wanted to be like famous. She wanted to be a star, or what the hell did she say? I watched a little bit of X again before we saw Maxxxine, and it's kind of interesting because there's several scenes that she comes out in, and she's like looking in the mirror, and she's kind of like like trying to motivate herself. And at the very beginning of X, she says, "I'm a fucking sex symbol" or some shit like that. So it's kind of interesting the way like her thing progresses, like what she wants, because the other famous line or her famous thing is, "I won't settle for a life that I don't deserve." That's like her mantra, and that's a lot the theme, I guess, of Maxine and X, a little bit of X, and then in Maxine, that's kind of like her theme. So in this one, it starts off her auditioning for a normal movie, I guess, kind of like a cheesy horror movie, slasher movie, but not porn movie. So she's trying to attempt to become like a real actress, not just like a porn actress.
Yeah, and she's. Cause I know they're trying to get her to gauge her, I guess, with doing the line, and she was like very confident throughout the whole thing. It's like, oh, I know my lines. I don't need to read the script or whatnot. And she was very quick to, I guess, break into her character, the direction that they gave her.
Yeah, and basically it starts off pretty good. I thought it had a pretty good intro, and it was pretty cool, badass intro. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like Black Snake Moan with like the Christina Ricci character, and then kind of with that retro vibe too. Although I think Ty West did House of the Devil. I think that looked better, more like an '80s, a more authentic '80s movie than this one did. Like I know he was going for like the '80s vibe,
Yes.
VHS type vibe, but I think he did a better job with House of the Devil. Like the way the House of the Devil looked more genuine. This looked a little bit more polished.
Too clean.
Yeah, for like one of those retro looking '80s movies. So I don't know. I guess he got more budget, but I like the way the House of the Devil looked aesthetically more than Maxine did for that '80s look.
Gotcha. And I know I guess this is one of those random tidbits. 'Cause I always find it interesting how they can do these type of movies. Because this was unlike X or Pearl. This had, I guess, multiple sets, multiple scenes or locations, I should say. But like they're able to kind of keep the like a lot of background characters in that era of the 80s, or even like the cars. Like I'm assuming maybe it's easy to edit some of that stuff out, but for the different locations that they were able to keep that aesthetic.
Yeah,
But yeah, so she's basically trying to make a name for herself. Yes, like you mentioned, she's trying to become a star, and not just she's doing porn, but it seems like she's doing fairly successful as a porn star. Because when she's doing the auditions, or when she goes around, random people notice her. It's like, oh, I like your work, or like, oh, I think you're good, or one way or another, they're complimenting her as to her role as a porn star.
yeah. And I guess like just to do the short of it, like the quick recap of the movie without going too long. She wins the role. She auditions. It starts off with her auditioning, and she's very confident and very cocky about it, and that's pretty badass. Like I guess she's empowered and she's confident. She's like, even though like her character kind of reminded me kind of like Reese Witherspoon in Election a little bit. I don't know why, but that's kind of what's neat about her character, because that's probably one of my, I guess, favorite things about the character or the movie. Was like she was real unaffected or unfazed by the fact that she was like a porn star and still trying to get into Hollywood. And you figured that would be like a death sentence, and they kind of make mention of that kind of a little bit, or allude to that. But like her character is just so like unfazed by that. Like she's still, nothing's gonna like deter her. Yeah, and it doesn't deter her from like trying, like you figure like no fucking movie would want her to be in it since she's got all these porn movies. But that's kind of what the character is, kind of the neat thing about the character, because she's kind of empowered and unfazed. She's still like, she's determined, like that's her goal, is to become a star, and she's not gonna stop. So she nails the audition, she gets the part, and it's like a sequel to it's kind of, I guess, meta. It's kind of a sequel to some kind of B movie, a kind of B horror movie level, directed by some female director. So she gets the part, and I guess the next significant thing is she starts getting, what does she get? She gets letters, or what? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while, a couple of days or a week or so since I seen it.
She got the VHS, a copy of the VHS evidence outside her door, or at her apartment.
Okay, and it had like the X footage, right, on it?
Correct. It was the porno that they were shooting at the farm in X.
Okay, and then that introduces the Kevin Bacon character to the movie, because he's the one, I guess, that left the VHS, but he's not really the person that's like, he's hired by some mystery person.
Correct. Because Bacon's character, he's a private eye and claims he's one of the best in finding people.
And so he finds her, and then he gives her the thing, and he's not allowed to tell her who hired him to find her and stuff. And does he blackmail her, or what does he tell her that the person wants to meet her?
Correct. He says this is someone like you really should take their offer on and meet the person. Like it's kind of gave her an ultimatum, not necessarily a threat, but it's like you want to see this person who wants to see you. If not, this basically they're gonna leak this tape and it's gonna ruin your career.
Yeah, I guess in that reality, I guess it would kind of be like not a snuff film, but it would have like the porn, but also the murders that took place in X, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because she buried her past. She's it's something that she wants to keep closed and just gone. She doesn't want to think about it. She's moving past it, and she doesn't want it to resurface.
Okay, and then like again, we're doing the fast version of this. Somewhere along the lines, she takes up on that thing, like, and she takes Kevin Bacon up, and she goes to the meeting place, and she finds out that it's like her dad that was alluded to, who was a priest or preacher in X, who would only come out on the radio during sermons or in the TV in the background. It turns out he's the one that hired Kevin Bacon to find her, right?
Correct.
And then she gets captured by him.
Yeah, because up until then it was a cat and mouse game because she wasn't sure what Kevin Bacon's angle was, and she has a lawyer who's kind of looking out for her, trying to get her, who's legitimately cares about her and wants to see her succeed. And with confidentiality and confidence, she kind of explains to him the situation, and he's like, "Don't worry, we'll take care of this." At which point they make Kevin Bacon's character disappear, and throughout the movie, it kind of going on in the background, they're alluding that there's this is the era that the Night Stalker was on the loose, and there's female porn stars, actresses that were close to Maxxine that were getting killed, and they, I believe, had like pentagrams branded onto their skin. So the only common denominator was Maxxine, and the cops were trying to interrogate her, but she didn't want to talk to the cops. She didn't want to risk anything happening to her. But yes, in the end, though, it wasn't the Night Stalker. It was her father, who, yes, as you mentioned, he was like a TV priest or whatnot. And, what?
Yeah, televangelist, but I guess it wouldn't be a televangelist. But yeah, he was just a preacher that would come on TV and the radio.
Yeah, and he was the one that was trying to track her down, and he was one who killed the previous women, and he basically was trying to save Maxine, and in the process he was trying to make his own little horror movie
Of the sins of, or the evil of sin, or what was his movie like?
Yeah, probably like you said, just the sin, just especially with Maxine and her close friends, they were in porn, and he was trying to, like, when he had her tied to the tree, he was trying to like play along that I'm gonna save you or whatnot, and then I guess trying to redeem herself because he basically had her set up to be burned alive.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm just trying to get like we're going real fast because I kind of mostly want to just talk about like your thoughts or find out what you thought about the movie. But anyway, she gets captured by her father, who's like making like his own version of the movie, and he's, well, not really a movie, but like he's recording all this as well. He got his own production company.
Yes.
And then she's able to break free. I forget, like, I don't know, like I might have actually fallen asleep during that part. She gets free somehow, or like the cops that are investigating her come and they kind of help a little bit too, and she ends up surviving and making the movie. What was the name of the movie? I don't know, but it was like a religious horror movie too. God damn it.
The Puritan 2.
Yes, the Puritan 2. So she ends up making the movie, and then like the fact that she tried to get killed and stuff, and then in the movie reality that's actually happened, and then they're gonna start making a made-for-TV movie, or they're gonna make a movie of her life about like her surviving her dad trying to kill her, and this whole ordeal of becoming a movie star or whatnot.
Yep.
And then at the end, it just ends with her seeing her head, like from the characters, like the plastered head of her character from the Puritan 2, and her saying she doesn't want this to end or something. What is it? What is her final line? Do you remember?
I think it's kind of talking about like her celebrity and her stardom, and like where do you want to go from here, or what are your future plans, something to that effect. And yeah, she says she just doesn't want it to end.
And then the movie ends. So I know it's kind of like a shitty summary of what happens, but like mostly I was thinking, what did you think of the movie? Like, did you like the movie, or what was your thing on the movie, your overall take on the movie?
I enjoyed the movie. I like the progression of the story. I think pretty early on for me, I knew it was the dad that was tracking her down. It did have some let's say like some 80 cheesiness to it with I guess some of the gore. I think like the guy who ran the video store. He may have had the up until the end with the father. I think he had kind of like the goriest death.
Yeah. Well, the one guy in the alley got his wiener stepped on. Yeah. But honestly, I was mostly disappointed with this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm a big fucking Ty West fan, like not like a super fanboy, but like that's why I was like, man, like I was glad when X kind of got successful and stuff because like, man, he's at least he's doing good. He's getting his like recognition, and then Pearl was good, and it's like, oh man, like back to back. And then I don't know, I was mostly disappointed in this movie. Like I think it worked better in concept than in execution. Like it's neat that he was trying to do different types of horror movies based on the decade the movie took place and stuff. And like this one was more kind of hokey slasher B 80s movie, or even like I guess like an Argento type movie. But I don't know, like some of the things, like I want to believe that there's more to it that was going on because it seemed pretty straightforward. Like, yeah, like of course it's going to be the dad that's like following her because who else would it be? It wouldn't make sense. And I know, like you said, they try to maybe throw it could be like the Night Stalker or whatnot, or but like it had to be the dad. And like it didn't seem like it was that big a surprise to the way they make it seem like the Masked Man or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, I guess that since it's supposed to kind of be some cheesy type 80s movie as well, like, it doesn't have to be too serious and you can't take it too serious, but I hate when fucking movies do that. But I don't know. Mostly that was, like, my issue was, like, and then some of the characters didn't seem like they were necessary. Like, the lawyer didn't seem necessary to the movie. Kevin Bacon didn't seem necessary to the movie. The friend from the video store didn't seem like they added much to the movie, maybe just to amp up the kill count, I guess. Like they didn't seem integral or necessary to the ultimate thing of the movie, and all the, I guess, the minions, all the father's minions, I guess.
Yeah.
To me, they didn't seem too integral to it. And it just, to me, like it was like a wasted character, I guess. Like it wasn't as bad as fucking Glass and what they did to Bruce Willis's character, but it seemed like, man, they made this awesome character of Maxxxine, and then kind of like it kind of just fizzled out. So I don't know. I was mostly disappointed. Like it was like I would watch it again, like I said, because it's Ty West. I want to say, I guess my overall take on it, or like the thing was that in a weird way, because the Puritan lady, like the outfit she wore for that movie, because she's in costume at the end of the movie for that movie. She's dressed like some 50s, kind of like the character from Pearl, or to me, it would be like Betty Draper's character from Mad Men. She's dressed kind of like one of those women. And I guess the movie was, I guess, trying to kind of imply that she kind of lived out her Hollywood life. She kind of had a Hollywood movie life, not like in what happened to her being, I don't know, tracked down by the dad and almost killed, and she kind of got what she wanted, but in some weird way she was dressed probably how the dad would have wanted her to be, more like
Ladylike.
conservative. Yeah, ladylike and conservative. So she was dressed like that, but it was like a movie version. And then she got her movie done. She got to be a star, and she got to be a star kind of being, I don't know, looking like the Puritan lady. And it just seemed like that was it. Like she got it at the end, and it wasn't what it was all cracked up to be. I guess she got to be a star, and I guess that was the irony of it. Was maybe it wasn't like it was. She was still wanting more. It didn't seem like it was. I don't know. I'd have to watch it again. Maybe that was the thing at the end. Maybe it was like it didn't live up to what she wanted to. I don't know, because she didn't look too happy at the end.
I think for the most part she was happy. I mean, she wasn't jumping for joy, but especially how she said she doesn't want it to end. If she wasn't happy, she wouldn't have made that type of comment. She would have asked for change or do things differently or something or another. But she had a traumatic experience with X, and then her father, I guess, trying to kill her. But it's in the end worked out for her. She was able to succeed. She was able to become that star she wanted to be.
It just seemed like the character should have gotten more. I don't know. It didn't seem like, and even like the detective characters too. Like it just seemed like a lot of characters that I don't know. I wish they would have focused on her more because that scene too when she's like they're putting on the plaster stuff on her and she's like having trouble breathing. Like that was pretty intense. That was kind of scary. And like she was just doing it like when I guess they're making a mold of her face. That was probably like one of the scariest parts. The way it looked, like her face looked like it was, and it just goes to like her determination and the fact that yeah, like she did it all. Like she just wanted to be part of this world and she wanted to do this. And I guess because me and the wife were talking a little bit about it after it was over. It's like, what did she like? I guess what was it that she needed to conquer in this? Because my wife made a point too, like she conquered kind of in a way, she conquered men. Like men weren't like thing to her really. And I guess in this one, like the main thing she had to conquer was her past. I guess because Kevin Bacon made a comment about one of these days you're gonna have to open that door or walk through that door, right? Or some shit along those lines.
Hmm.
And it's kind of also I don't think you've seen Lost Highway.
No.
It's kind of like that with the video or the Robert Blake character. Like it's like the video he showing you the video because you can't hide from the reality of what's on the video. You can like you said, she kind of wanted to hide from her past and not acknowledge it,
Hmm.
but the video doesn't lie. Like it exists. Like this is what actually happened.
Yeah.
And then that's what the door, like she had to walk through. It shows her going up the stairs, and then behind, once she finally gets up to the stairs, I guess the metaphorical door that was a literal door that Kevin Bacon was talking about. When she opens it, she sees the video playing, right? Like when she
Yes.
goes, and I forget what's on the video. Is it the same movie thing, the same X movie? I'm trying to
No,
remember.
it was her as a kid, the dad talking to her, telling her to speak the sermon or speak the phrase that like she means it, say it like you mean it.
So I guess that's what like they could have put more emphasis on something. I'm not saying I know how, but to me, if that was going to be the thing that she conquered, like it wasn't necessarily Hollywood, I guess, that she was trying to conquer. Although I guess in a way she was part of it, became part of it, but she was able to, I guess, conquer her past by killing the dad and being able to acknowledge or know. But I don't know. I think they could have done more with it. I don't know.
Because kind of to your point, just with even before it was her, she knew it was her dad, and I guess they were alluding that there was a Night Stalker killing people. She carried a gun with her when she would go to different jobs or worked late at night, and um, going up to the party hour, she was gonna get mugged by that guy. She was trying to take a shortcut, and the gate was locked in the alley or whatnot, and the guy came up to her with the knife and I forgot what she said, but she pulls a gun on him, which he freaks out, and she told him something about, you think this is the first time my life was in jeopardy or something like that. But I mean, she was cool, calm, she didn't freak out. Well, technically I don't think she killed him, but yes, to your point, she like basically curb stomped his wiener. So but yeah, she never
Yeah,
lost control of that situation.
yeah, and I guess like it just made me bring up another thing. I guess that was kind of weird. Like she had him like give her little gun a blowjob almost too. Like she told the guy to take off his clothes. That was gonna. He came up to her in the alley with the knife, and he was gonna kill her or rob her or rape her or whatever he was gonna do to her. And she pulls out that little gun, and she has him strip off his clothes, and then she has him suck on the gun. And then when he's laying down, she tells him to lay down. She steps on his wiener, and then I guess he dies or doesn't die, I guess. But and it's interesting too because like I know in like a lot of these movies the gun is a penis substitute or whatever metaphorically it could be. And when she kills the dad on the video, I'm trying to remember something. You don't see it at first, and then when you see it, she has a shotgun. It's like she's upgraded, like her wiener's grown or something. You know what I mean? Like she has like a shotgun. That's why she killed the dad, right? She shoots him with the shotgun.
Yeah, one of the cult guys, he had a shotgun under his cloak. the cops killed him. He dropped it, and when she got free, she grabbed that and was chasing after her dad.
So it should have been more. They should have done more to me. And like, yeah, of course, I'm fucking perfect and I know how to make the best movies. But I would have liked it more if they would have focused on her ways in which she conquered her past, I guess, or different ways, or like instead of just easily just going with the kill the dad and that's it. And then my wife was kind of upset though too. Like she's like the dad is the one that gave her that mantra, that instilled that mantra in her that you're not supposed to settle for a life you don't deserve. And I don't know if that's commentary or what, but like even after she kills the dad, she thanks him and she still kind of carries that mantra with her, not to settle for a life she doesn't deserve, or do not settle for a life you do not deserve, or some shit like that. But it's like it kind of empowers. I don't know, I guess that's not the way it is, but it might be seen that way, that the dad kind of instilled that in her, even though the dad was kind of trying to kill her at the same time and killed other people, and she still kind of held on to that. I don't know, you figure if she was completely, maybe, I guess that's part of the point, she's flawed and she didn't become completely empowered, but I'm not sure. I just wasn't completely happy with how it ended. I don't know. And like I said, I'm usually an asshole about movies, but I usually like Ty West and I try not to shit on his things. But I liked the movie, but I guess I was just wanted it to be better. I was hoping it would be better.
Yeah.
But there's like there's probably more going on. Like there's a surface level story and there's probably other stuff going on. Like I said, like the gun thing was kind of weird with she had the little pocket gun or whatever, and then she has the shotgun at the end. But it just felt like it let me down, I guess. I don't know. Like I felt like I guess I was hoping more.
Because the movie she was being in, the Puritan 2, that's what I guess they were saying, that they were surprised they're making a sequel because the main character, she technically died in the first film by fire. She's going to be burned alive, or she was burned alive in the movie. And that was the same way that they were going to try and kill Maxxine in real life when her father was going to make that, I guess, a snuff film. So I don't know if there's any like correlation.
Yeah, I guess.
Connection.
Life imitating art, I guess. It's like, I mean, in that reality, it would be life imitating art, but it's also a fake reality. So it's like, yeah, I guess it's the life imitating the art or whatever. But yeah, that's what it's like. She kind of got to live like her life was actual like a movie, even though she was chasing it. And like I said, I liked the character because she was like, she even says some shit. I forget. Ah, god damn it. No, the director makes like a meta comment about Maxxine being the star of the Puritan 2. She's like, your character's, she's a killer, but she's not unlikable or some shit like that. She makes a thing like basically saying the character's flawed. It's not perfect. Like it's not a perfect character, but it's not an unlikable character either. And that's kind of like her character was like that. And I don't know. I just wanted it to end better, I guess.
And by any better, like I say, I don't know, like with more conflict with the dad, or
no, not so much that either. Just like it seems like they made a character a good character, and it just didn't have a fitting end to it, I guess. Or like since that's pretty much it, that's the end of the Maxxine character. I don't know. Like I said, they could have done more character development instead of having all these other extra characters. I get he was trying to make it be like a Miami Vice with the detective characters type thing, but I don't know. The whole angle about the dad killing all these prostitutes and hookers and whores and porn stars just to teach the daughter a lesson, or to, I don't know, it just seemed kind of,
well, he was gonna make his own movie whether his daughter survived or not. He was still gonna, that was gonna be his next big thing, I guess. However, he was gonna spin it with taking on the evil, because that was another thing that was going on where people were, I guess, outside the Hollywood studio were boycotting Puritan 2, just saying how was it horror isn't a real genre or some bullshit like that. And I think he was just kind of jumping on that train to do his whatever type of movie he was making by killing all those people and eventually his daughter.
yeah, I can like that kind of helps it a little bit because like I said, I kind of fucking summertime cool theater was dozing off a little bit, and like I want to believe that there's more thematically, maybe like you're saying, like it could be like the Sideshow Bob trying to destroy TV type thing, you know what I mean, in the Simpsons episode.
Yeah, because I think in the 80s, aside from the Night Stalker guy, it was the Satanic Panic was a big thing.
Yeah. So I guess they're trying to like show the power of the medium of film, I guess, or movies and stuff. Like they were using that. I wanna like say there's more to it. There's more besides the surface level story.
Yeah.
but my mind was kind of shut off. Like I was kind of too comfortable in that theater, and I was just seeing surface level stuff. But hopefully, there's more deeper stuff in there on the second look. But I mean, I would watch it again because it's Ty West, and that's I guess what I hope when I see it the next time.
Yeah, I could always revisit this too and the at a later time because for me as well, it's a movie I wouldn't mind checking out again and definitely gonna order it or pre-order either one way or another. I'm gonna get the movie and try and maybe watch all three, not at
Yeah.
once, but just like revisit them all.
I mean, it wasn't a badly made movie at all. Like I said, I just want like I'm a fan. I wanted it to be like I don't know, selfish and just because I was looking forward for this one for a long time. Ever like the first two came out right away. Like X came out, and then a couple of months later, Pro came out, and then I guess maybe a couple of years later, then finally Maxxxine came out.
Yep. But we'll definitely see what doors it opens for Ty West, and I guess between X and Pro, Mia Goth has really been getting a push in Hollywood as well with different, I guess, horror movies that she's come out with.
Yeah, she was in Infinity Pool too.
Yes, so
But yeah, hopefully, yeah, Ty West continues with A24.
I would imagine because I know we're not gonna touch base with it too much, but the kind of the big thing right now with the month of July with the two big horror movies that are kind of going toe to toe right now is Maxine and Long Legs, and it's kind of
Long legs.
yes. So they're just kind of saying who's gonna, I guess, be the top dog with the horror movies. But it's been a good year so far for horror because there was the highly anticipated Long Legs and there was highly anticipated Maxine. Then
The Taylor Swift concert movie.
that's all you. No, that's probably something Titanic related.
Yeah.
And then Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah. I didn't like that one either.
Surprise, surprise.
Uh,
I want to say there's other movies coming out as well, but I know these are the two big ones that for sure that we were looking forward to was Maxine and Long Legs, which we'll touch base at a later time.
yeah, I don't know how much longer you want this or if you want to cut this or not, but the trailers were interesting. I know Shyamalan's movie's coming out, and I don't know, did you see the same trailer? Did you see the trailer with a movie with Demi Moore?
I did not.
She's coming out in some movie, and it's going to be by the woman director that did Revenge.
Oh shit.
So that's going to be pretty good. And then that Speak No Evil, I've been telling you about it. That movie's a remake of a movie that came out a couple years ago on Shudder, and you can probably still watch it on Shudder. So that one's coming out.
It is right with that. Was it the family trying to take over the other family or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
But it has
It kind of
the guy who played the Beast, the guy who said he's a doctor that from Glass.
I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, we watched the other one on Shudder when it came out, and then the only actress I recognize in the remake is the one from Station 12 or Station 11.
But yeah, the guy who invited him over, the doctor guy, he was the one with the multiple personalities in Glass or Split.
If you say so. And that movie Cuckoo's coming out. That one looks okay too. I don't know if you've seen previews of that one.
Was that the one with the Girl Scouts or what was it?
No, that was another one too. That's the one with what the fuck's that guy's name? The one from Bridget Jones's Diary.
Is that your favorite?
No, the second one is Bridget Jones Part 2. What the fuck's that guy's name? A fucking British actor guy. Anyway, yeah, there's still a bunch of movies coming out that are horror related that seem interesting, at least promising.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can cut this out or not. I don't know. That's just whatever.
No, totally. And last but not least, Nicholas, what is your input of Maxine?
Oh, fuck that guy.
We saw Maxxine, and you know, it was good. It was just, you know, not like not rushing to go see Maxxine again.
Yeah.
Or have any interest at all of seeing Maxxine again. I heard they want to do a fourth one, and I'm like, do you need to?
Yeah, just let it in the trilogy.
Yeah, find something else to do, Ty. You got other ideas.
Yeah, and just keep Mia Goth on your new project with just something fresh.
Yeah. All right, I know I have a I might have given my thoughts of Maxxine already. Wink. But Ty West is just Rob Zombie. He's better Rob Zombie. As better, I mean, like, he makes movies that are much more widely acclaimed than Rob Zombie ever will. But like, it's just Rob Zombie again, folks. Do you not see him? Do you look at the man? Look what he's done. Look at Rob Zombie. put a grain filter over his work and like some sick music video clips, and you just get Rob Zombie again. And he's not married to Mia Goth, but if you squint and put some Vaseline on the screen, that's Sherry Moon Zombie, sir. Obviously a better actress. I'm not gonna fucking demote her down to Sherry Moon Zombie, but all his popular movies, same actress. I don't know. I heard him on a podcast. There's a lot of the same inflections as Rob. I've often listened to Rob Zombie DVD commentary, and my thoughts are when Rob Zombie's not singing, he sounds like a history teacher who hates his kids, but is going to tell the story of the American Civil War for the 50th time, and you're going to know it's the 50th time because it sounds like he said it for the 50th time, and you can probably take a nap in that class because it's very soothing. His tone, it's very soothing. That was Ty West in the podcast I listened to, and it was just weird. And also later on in that same podcast, they talk about the one the host was like, "Oh yeah," and when I was actually having my friend Spider-1, Rob Zombie's brother, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" It was weird. That's my theory. Ty West will remove his mask, and it was actually Rob Zombie all along. And Mia Goth will remove her mask. She's just a better Sherry Moon Zombie. If these are the exact same thoughts I gave on the Maxxxine review, I feel very strongly about it.
Yes. Yeah, we'll look into that, see when that gets posted. Because we are doing a separate, or have done a separate Maxxxine review.
Yeah.
But
please go watch that if you haven't yet.
yes. Well, that's going to conclude this movie corner discussion of Maxxxine. I was joined here with Augie the Froggy, Nicholas Zombie, and I'm Opsley 2003. Stay tuned for more movie corners, and we'll let you know with other future movies that come out. Don't forget to settle down. Have a good one.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this odds and ends gaming video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, commenting, sharing with your friends, and subscribing if you haven't already. And as always, don't forget to settle down.